Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello. Oh my gosh.
Oh, that
was me
wasn't
trying
even
to go
fake, was
No. We're both pretty ill. So
I'm on the recovery side of being croaky and congested, and Keelan woke up yesterday.
yeah, pretty much feeling exactly how you felt, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, he described it as like, he was like, why is the back of my throat burning? And I was like, yep, there we go, you've got it.
And then the back of my throat's fine now, but it's only in the mornings. It's like, it's still like midday, and then you're like, had one limb sip, and then...
I didn't tell you. Walking the dog this morning, because now I'm on the back side of it. I'm doing that thing where in the mornings I'm like just coughing up loads.
All of the rest of it.
Yeah, just all the phlegm.
That's almost my favourite bit for some reason.
Yeah, in some ways it's enjoyable because you can feel it coming out of you.
Yeah.
But it's like a hassle. But so I'm walking the dog, and I kind of got straight out of bed and just took him out. So I didn't. Yesterday I literally like spent half an hour essentially clearing myself out, like standing over the sink, being like like that. But this time I'm walking the dog, and I kept needing to like cough and get phlegm out, and I kept spitting. Not on the street because I'm not a fucking oik, but like out in the field.
Yeah.
And Darwin kept licking it up.
Oh my god.
Kept running over and trying to lick
Flemmy
up.
spit.
And I was like, no. Don't do that. So if Darwin dies soon, that's probably why.
That is horrible. I thought you were going to say that you like sneezed or something and it all came out, because I have done that a couple of times.
Yeah.
I can't control it.
Welcome back to the Motus Podcast, the podcast where we apparently start talking about either it's normally shit or some
It's
bodily
just
function.
like, stuff that people don't want to hear.
We like to get all the weak-willed listeners out of the way. They're like, oh no, this isn't for me. I'll turn this off. Thank you.
We had complaints like that from spit and spitting in the wind. I remember people saying that, like, don't watch this while eating your lunch or whatever. Like,
oh, I'd never gone. No, it's the one where like you spat on someone and they were like, oh, if you did that to me, I'd knock him the fuck out. No. I was like, well, you're not coming on a road trip with us then. Gotta deal with it.
Mm-hmm. Where do we start?
I always, when I'm thinking in the mornings about like, oh, it's podcast day, I'm always thinking of like witty, funny intros.
What do you mean?
We never do them.
Just like, yeah.
Well, because most people do like a kind of...
We just go straight in. Wow.
In today's episode, myself and Keelan spoke about the benefits of swimming 7 days a week and why I wake up at 5 a.m. We just go straight into it, but I've always wanted to be like...
You go straight into it without even... We don't really say much.
No,
You're just like, okay, yeah, 3, 2, 1.
It's called laziness.
Yeah, I know. No, I also think it just gets everything out of us that we need to.
Without phlegm and the snot.
Yeah, exactly.
It means we don't have to edit on the... We basically export this thing and upload it, whereas some people like export...
Don't want that bit, don't want that bit. Oh, there's an and an there.
Oh, we cussed there. Yeah. We'll take that out, and then we'll do an intro and a little bit of jingly music.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
If we started getting ads on this, would we be allowed to swear?
No, because we're explicit.
Oh, really?
You can literally tick a box that says you're
nice.
It says you're explicit, and you're
Why
good.
can't you do that with YouTube then? Is it just because YouTube is basically just kids?
Oh yeah, I don't know. Not sure. But yeah, I always think about little intros where we could be like, sort of not an intro, but I've always wanted to sort of to nail it and be like, hey you, on the bus, we're in the you fucking all black trousers, black t-shirt, red shoes, you.
Imagine that.
Headphone, like long hair, and like you want to just one.
There'll be one person who's like, what?
Exactly, yeah. You're like, hey, fuck you, like that.
Fuck you.
Just freak him out. I'll just be like, I'm watching you. Yeah, stop smiling, like that. Anyway, we're chatting shit. We're actually going to film an episode. Fuck off. We're going to record an episode tomorrow with a guest, which will come out next week. But we thought we'd do a kind of a bit of a weekly recap.
Mm-hmm. What happened last week? Last week you spoke to Luke, didn't we?
We had Luke in.
Yeah, that's pretty fun.
Gone down well.
Yeah, how well did it do? I can't check.
Pretty good. Yeah, I feel like you should have.
Yeah, I don't have all the analytics.
I like looking at the stats and being like, but 500,000 new listeners, yes.
But it is really nice coming over here, and then when you show me, I'm like, yes, okay, it is working.
Speaking of stats, jumping ahead a bit on our list, but Storage just hit 5 million.
Yes.
The big 5 million.
That was sick. I feel like I only just checked them recently before 5 mil.
Well, they slowed down.
They were kind of close, but not close, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't expect them to get that.
Not close if you're normal like us, but
yes,
if you're already in the hundreds of thousands or millions, it's like, well, you can see it happening.
I think it says on their YouTube now, because it's changed, I think it says like 5 point. For everyone, it says the point and then 2 numbers.
Yep.
So it says on theirs, I think 5.03 million.
Oh, they're on now. Like, so I checked earlier, it was like 5.5 or 0.5. which is 50.
Yeah, 50. Yeah, exactly. I was looking at it like, oh, that's only like 3,000. I was like, oh, no way.
No.
30. When I saw it, was 30,000 more people.
So they did 5 million, and then within 12 hours got
another 30,000,
which is how many we have on YouTube. So sad emoji.
It's actually so crazy.
Crazy.
I don't think there's any. Well, it would be weird if there was at least one person who has a YouTube account who does parkour who is not subscribed to Story. Because there's that many people.
The thing, I think I've said this before on the podcast, the thing I'm really curious to see is like, I'm pretty certain we said this, like you have the sort of the Jump London people, you have the Jump Britain people, you have the Oleg video people, you have the Casino Royale. Like there's certain things in time that have made people get into parkour, and I genuinely believe that there will be a group of people from a period of time who will say, oh, I got into it because like I first saw loads of story videos.
Yeah. I'm sure of it too.
What there's no way you'd be able to like study it, but it'd be really interesting.
Have to be in like the future.
But also to say like sort of, okay, let's say, I mean, they've only just hit 5, so let's say out of 4 million people, how many of those genuinely got into parkour for more than like a day of jumping around? That would be a really interesting statistic to sort of look at.
That is sick, actually, because they've got that, but there's definitely a few people who've got into it because of Star.
Oh yeah,
like,
sure,
and seriously as well, as in like.
And I don't think we'll see it for a few years, and then you'll be like, there'll be some sick kid, and you're like, oh, where'd you come from? And they're like, oh, I've trained for 4 years. You're like, oh, how'd you get into it? And they're like, oh, a Star video.
I feel like as well their way of training would be quite good, because I watched Star's recent video, which is it in what?
Basil.
Basil. Well, I heard them say basil, and I was like, I thought it was basil.
It's definitely not basil,
basil?
like the herb. It's basil, I think. Yeah.
Basil.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I saw that video and I was like, fuck, like everything in that video is actually so sick. Like a lot of it is just good parkour and fun training. So I feel like kids can watch that and see exactly what a day's training is like.
There are far worse people that people could be watching to get into parkour.
Yeah, exactly.
For sure.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
They could be seeing cork prees and shit.
Yeah.
Cork pre. Well, I say cork prees. Travis does them nicely.
Yeah, very true.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, before we talk about cork pre guy, because we can.
I don't want to segue straight away into that.
No, but what was I going to say about Stora? It's so they like were on 4 point something for a while, and then they had that fucking Toby, the bridge, not the bridge, the jumping into.
Oh, do you reckon that's
done 15 million in a week?
15 million.
15 million views.
Oh my gosh, I thought maybe it got to like not even double numbers.
15 million. So that has been their explosion. And
okay, that's pretty sick.
I actually haven't watched the whole video, but the not getting wet one they did before has done really well as well.
That's still good.
So that'll be a big spike for them.
Yeah, there was a stage in their videos where I think I was watching them and I was like, their videos seem like very similar each week, and I'm not really like, I guess like you, not really not inspired, but to watch a lengthy video like that.
Yeah.
But recently their videos have been quite fun.
It's the consistency to try and maintain for fucking every week. And now they're doing 2 a week because they got join going on.
Oh shit! I wonder what their join videos are like.
Yeah, I reckon they're probably more simplistic. I saw they were like out just training in, I think, Brighton. No, it was...
Yeah, but I want to know how they keep those join members subscribed to that. I think they'd have to just do something.
If you're already that much of a fan that you're going to pay for that kind of stuff...
You'll just probably like that extra content.
Yeah, you're like, oh, sick, an extra video. I think they're probably more likely to be a younger person. Like, there's YouTubers out there who have like patrons and join who are like... I don't know, deliver more like, I don't want to, because I'm not chatting shit on Stora, but more like high grade educational content.
Yeah.
That Matt guy that I was talking about.
I was going to say.
Yeah, so like imagine him, if his join video was just like another one of him just being like, hey.
Yeah.
I think people wouldn't pay for it, but like, I think.
But I swear it's all about like advice and shit on his, I don't know if it's Patreon or whatever.
Yeah, it's Patreon.
That's sick.
Anyway, Cork Pre guy.
What's his name? That's what I'm going to say. Well, we were just talking about him. Didn't really say much. We were going to try and save it for this.
What is he's
called? What's his Instagram handle?
Freerunner Hieu Freerunner HIEU, and he's from potentially.
I was going to say Singapore, but that's just because he was probably at the Lion City Gathering.
I'm so naive. It could be Singapore. I don't think it's China.
But he was at that jam and he was making it on everyone's story.
Lion City Gathering, in the kind of aftermath of the training days afterwards. I mean, literally today he did the the cork pre to the perpendicular rail.
Yeah, I thought maybe it had stopped at that the one he tried, the double cork pre.
Yeah.
And now he's continuing to do them, which is...
I assume
sick,
people will see this on
like,
Dom's story, and then we saw on Hazal's
yeah.
story, and it's going to be popping off on play, like...
Yeah.
Fucking, yeah.
It's annoying because I'm like... I actually enjoyed watching that because I was like, oh, it's fucking cool. Like, I didn't think anyone would try that.
Yeah.
Especially sending the double, but also, yeah, it's kind of sketchy, but I don't know anything about him. It's sketchy because that's the first thing I'd seen of him, but he doesn't get hurt.
No,
I know he's chucking himself, but he's not getting hurt.
I don't watch that and I'm like, what a fucking idiot. Because this guy, he clearly knows... There's some people I will watch and I will condemn. I'll be like, oh, that's sketchy.
Yeah.
He's clearly fucking... He knows what he's doing. Like, I think... Well, he did the cork pre the first time to the wall.
Yeah.
And then he did double. And the double, he like... As Luke pointed out, he wouldn't have even if he'd like landed more on the wall, he still wouldn't have landed it because he was like, his positioning was all wrong.
Yeah.
But he's got some fucking serious skills and serious balls. Like,
and it was some of the corks to the rail that he was like bailing, but he was doing it really well.
Yeah, he reminds me of Blue Shorts.
Yeah.
Franco, like in that way that he's got the skill to commit. He's not necessarily going to nail it first try, but he
knows how to get out of it he knows when it's going wrong halfway.
Yeah,
that's what happens
when the stakes are almost when landing it is almost that hard.
Yeah,
you've almost got to just commit to trying and dealing with the repercussions, like thinking about the variables and then send it. Because I mean, let's talk about like Max, for example.
Mm-hmm.
He's the type of guy who, when he does something, he normally lands it close to perfect and then dials it in.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Max wouldn't try something where he might not land it close to perfect.
Yeah.
Whereas I think if you want to be pushing that hard with like cork prees and things, that's probably the way it's got to go.
Yeah, I don't know.
A little bit. So
it's weird. I don't understand how you sort of prep a cork. I don't know. I think Ed's done some cork prees that are not recently, but
probably more onto like larger
blocks, not prees, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. So it's, I mean, fucking, there we go. Where's it going to be in a year's time? Basically.
Yeah, that is strange.
Like, Travis has already been doing some crazy shit with them, like, and we're just, I think there's a load of these flips. The side flip was kind of the first one where people were like, hey, I can actually spot that quite a lot. Like,
it's just the fact that people have been doing it gaps. People were doing side flip gaps for so long.
Yeah.
And like you were saying, Ed was doing cork prees, but to thicker objects, which kind of is a cork gap.
And like A-twist is the other one, where it's like A-twist, and then you kind of go, well, A-twist like is almost the easiest one.
You can spot the whole way.
You can spot the whole way. But then the double A-twist, you kind of go, well, the spin's going to be fast, so I'll spot, quickly turn, and then spot again.
Yeah.
Like Jaden Clark's done a lot of those. Like,
exactly.
So I think we're going to see this.
It's the pre-era of like turning everything into an actual precision, not just landing on.
And it's like, oh well, flips are one thing. Yeah. Can you dial that in?
And people like Spin Boy, have you seen his like competition runs?
Yeah,
they were fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he did side flip pre to a rail, right? Halfway through or something. Or
at Lion City.
I think he did, or he's just been uploading clips.
I've seen a lot of him doing that in videos. I don't know about Lion City. I haven't watched everything yet,
but he's been impressing me. A lot of the guys actually from, I think they're all called the Spin Boys.
Yeah, so the group's called the Spin Boys.
They're all really good.
Yeah.
There was that other guy who did that run, which lasted forever, and then he did like the cleanest double side at the end.
You've watched way more than me.
Well, I've just been scrolling through Instagram and I saw it, and I was like, I kind of watched for a bit longer than I thought I was.
Yeah, I've seen chunks. I haven't seen like everything yet.
Yeah. And that was in a shopping mall as well, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, so I mean, okay, so let's in the last week we have had two kind of large competitions in the sense of we've had Lion City Gathering out in Singapore, which Nate Weston won, previous guest of the podcast, and he was obviously hoping to do well at NAPC so that he could re-qualify for Red Bull. Because obviously Red Bull refreshed and they lost all the places.
Oh, that's sick, because now
So he went out to Singapore with the intention of winning that, and he won that.
Well done.
So now he's going to be in Red Bull, which I don't think, unless something changes financially, I'll be there. But if anyone wants to click the link in the bio to support our Patreon, so we can do some... we could do podcast episodes out in fucking Italy. We could interview everyone.
That would be so good.
Come on, Red Bull, hook us up.
That would be sick. Imagine us being hired by Red Bull to do podcasts.
Sit on a balcony and just chat shit and just drink kind of margaritas or whatever. I don't know. Some Italian
brilliant
drink.
Podcasts are the best. Anyway.
Podcasts are great.
They're good. I was very uneducated of this other competition because I think I was scrolling through Facebook this morning and there was some.
Are we talking
sort
about
of
the FIG
squabble
competition?
That's not FIG.
That isn't a FIG competition.
Yeah, exactly.
But definitely is basically just.
Yeah,
a FIG
I'm so confused because I was reading through. David Nelms was commenting on some guy's post. I don't know if you saw that.
I think that's probably.
And Chris Harmett as well.
Yeah, maybe.
They were all talking about how it wasn't FIG, but they like the way FIG's courses are set up or something.
I don't really.
It's weird how
so I don't know enough to really comment. I mean, Lion City, once again, like, just to go back to Lion City, that obviously was the Lion City Gathering, which used to be just like a massive jam, and then the Singapore government have obviously kind of made them refine it a little bit, because they've always dealt with issues because it's Singapore, and they've amazingly kind of got permission to do this comp. I think the jam side of things has been made slightly less big deal, big official thing, maybe. I want to be out there, but...
we should try next year. We said this year.
Yeah, I know, except for the last 2 years.
Nope.
But so that's definitely kind of grassroots, obviously with some support and things. But that's
is it Denister?
Denister, yeah.
Denister, that's it. Is he running it?
He's definitely one of the main guys.
Yeah, okay.
And they took on skill, speed, style, typical format, very much kind of NAPC based. They also did, by the looks of it, like a chase tag thing. I don't know if it was anything official, but they had people playing tag, which is
sick.
Cool. Shout out to Anand, by the way, who fucking came second in skill.
Yeah, that was sick. I watched all that. That's so good.
What a fucking
That just reminds me how good he is. He's he's so sick.
I was like, shit, I want to like...
That'd be fun to compete with, like, just to be with Anand if he, like... I don't know.
Exactly. But yeah, so this other comp was going on, which was called the fucking...
I don't know the name of it.
Parkour. Yeah, we're not good hosts.
But why...
All this.
Yeah, I know, but why was it... So why was it exactly the same as a FIG course?
So from what I understand, it's FIG aren't involved, but they just wanted the design and all of this stuff. However, I feel like FIG must be involved in the sense that the only comps that happen nowadays are either put on by parkour community people, i.e. because there was also one that happened in like Holland, I think, there was like a speed course, or Red Bull, or this new wave of competitions that all come with these very official names, and this was called like the Budapest World Cup or something. It had... The guys were all getting shared on the fucking Olympic Instagram page and all of this, and they're like, "Oh, but FIG aren't involved." And I'm like, "Well, FIG Federation International Gymnastique." So,
wouldn't they have to be involved so that the Olympics?
Well, so maybe FIG have essentially passed it across to some Olympic body, but so the actual gymnastics side of things isn't there. But there's definitely this like overall sense of it being organised by people who have nothing to do with parkour, and they've gone, cool, well the FIG courses look like shit, so we're going to take them and implement them. Ed was there again. Came fifth, which is interesting considering he won.
Do you reckon it's because of the do you reckon it's because of the way the course is designed, or just because people are pushing?
Ed straight up undershot like a swing out front thing.
Oh, really? Okay.
So he straight up like messed up.
Lost some points there. I just feel like because Hendo went as well.
Oh God, sorry,
he just
punched my microphone.
Booted the mic.
Well, Hendo went, but he didn't compete. We need to Hendo stop being an international jet setter. I think he is home now, but we need to get him on, and we need to do a proper FIG comp.
Yeah.
Conversation.
But because he entered once, I swear, and he didn't.
Yeah, which
place
we need
very highly. And the same with what you just said with Ed. I'm just wondering whether there's just a different style of athletes. I say style, like a group of athletes that compete regularly at these FIG competitions that are just actually really fucking good.
And also,
they're always going to be good.
Yeah, and also, I mean, people like David are fucking exceptionally fast athletes.
Yeah.
And he did really well in speed. I don't think he slipped up. I saw, so I think he missed out on coming first. I think we're really bad. Should have researched this. We've fucked it. But
I didn't. Yeah, but we say we should have researched it. I literally didn't know this was happening until it's just
and this
happened.
Is the thing. It's like I'm like, well,
it's just come out of nowhere.
Any
for me.
big comp that happens within our community is like there's this feel of like community where people are all like, hey, this is happening. Hey,
also it's like it's coming, and then like everyone knows it's happening.
Yeah, these things that apparently aren't FIG related are like this special team of like, oh yeah, you guys went to that last one, like, and there's all the kind of. They all get pulled in and flown out, and then they all compete, and it's like, well, where's the fucking vibe? Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
It's hard because I don't like speaking negatively upon it loads because I still don't know. I don't know where. I definitely, my heart is set with all of the community-driven events and competitions, but like just shitting on Fig just seems to get boring nowadays. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I don't understand what's going on with it.
I wish I could be one of those people who like knows the ins and the outs.
Yeah, I don't have enough like evidence to back up myself if I was to like just say that I don't like it. Apart from wearing a fuck Fig tee.
He's literally wearing a fuck Fig t-shirt right now.
But I don't know. If it's going to push parkour, it pushes parkour.
Yeah, I mean, so parkour is now officially being showcased in the 2020 Olympics. I saw that.
So is skateboarding.
Well, no, skateboarding is happening. Oh. Skateboarding is a thing.
What does showcase mean, then?
Showcase means, I assume, there'll be like a demo or something, and they'll be like, "Hey, this might be this is parkour," and then somebody will fucking do a front flip and like land with their feet apart, and they'll be like 7 points, and people will be like, "What the fuck?" And they'll be like, "His feet were apart."
No, it'll just be loads of big double kongs and
layout. Your phone's
layout backflips. Oh,
turn your fucking phone on silent.
I just put it on airplane mode.
That's the thing I'm very worried about, is whether or not the competition side of things gets very
regulated.
Yeah, regulated. Yeah. And like you come along, for example, and do your shit, and they're like, "Oh, well, it's
nope.
sort of you didn't do this thing that was blah blah blah." And I mean, in gymnastics they have banned moves. They have moves that athletes can do, but they're considered too dangerous to do in comps, and therefore they don't let the athletes do them.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And it's like, well, cool. What if Matey wants to come along a cork-career rail?
Yeah.
Oh, he might hurt his shin, and we might get some blood on the television.
I just feel like it's going to change this sport from being an action sport to being something else.
Yeah, and that's kind of
it won't help with trying to. I don't know if we spoke about this when we were doing the podcast with Marlon, but how we'd like to get parkour at Woodward more with the action sports.
Yeah,
and I don't know whether this will change it, because people are only going to think of parkour as being in the Olympics and being associated with gymnastics.
I honestly, the Olympics, I feel like the Olympics is like fucking Bond films. Like, I don't watch, like, fuck a Bond film. All my parents like Bond films. Like, older people, I like a bit of James Bond. I'd fucking rather watch a good action film. And like, same with the Olympics, like, I mean, undeniably, there are feats that happen in the Olympics that are just fucked in terms of 100-meter sprint, blah, blah, blah. Like, there are certain things. But in terms of, I don't look at the Olympics as the place where I want to go get excited about sport.
Oh, no, neither.
Climbing. I want to watch BMX, skateboarding.
Yeah.
Like, I want to watch these things. And that's where I think parkour should sit.
Yeah. I think that's where it sits for me anyway, like right now.
Yeah.
And I don't want
skateboarding is going into the Olympics soon, not next year, but after being an established action sport for 20-30 years, and it's already like, I mean,
people know what skateboarding is. Exactly. It's not going to change.
It's not going to change it. Parkour is now, it's like taking a kid and going, oh, you're going to do gymnastics now for the rest of your life, and they're like, whoa, I was just starting to get into this.
Yeah,
it might mold us,
but it's also, I don't know whether it will, but it kind of puts people who want to hold their own events and competitions at risk.
I mean, this is the other thing, yeah.
It's the same as when Nike started making skate shoes. Obviously, it helps skaters, but it's going to shut down some skate companies that make shoes.
Yeah.
Same with events.
Yeah, the events and the gyms thing is a bit scary, because if they suddenly step in and you have, like, NAPC, and they have this gym, and they're like, oh, sorry, if you want to say that's parkour, you can't do this, and this now. And it's like, we've been doing this for fucking almost 10 years. Like,
yeah.
That's the scary thing. That's
so fucking creepy.
And anyone you speak to at the moment who is pro this side of things and in parkour, it's like, no, like, they're not doing that, trust me. And then you're like, cool, well, where's the evidence that says that, one, they're not going to, and two, why has everyone who was part of FIG left because of lack of transparency? Like, where are the people? I'm fully up for, like, people getting in there and infiltrating and changing it from the inside.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it feels like everyone who tried that has left because the people at the top are not speaking to them, because they clearly do not give a fuck.
Should we infiltrate? Just us two.
Yeah. Anyway, this is...
Do a podcast episode from the inside.
Yeah.
The headquarters.
Let's sit down with fucking Mr. Matey from
I don't even know who the fucking name is. Yeah.
I used to know some of the people who were sort of up there, and now they all have left it. So that went a bit figgy pudding when we
Figgy
need
pudding.
to save this for. We need to do a proper like.
Well, no, it's good actually, because it means that this will get released, and obviously we're not educated, and then
everyone's
hopefully
gonna hate
soon.
on us.
Well, no, hopefully everyone would message Joe and be like, "Go on a podcast with Keelan and
Yeah,
Giles." So
and the
you
funny
can
thing is, it's
educate
not
them.
that Joe is the guy. Like,
No, I just
necessarily-
feel like he knows the best of both sides. Maybe
I don't even know if he does. I know that he was on one camp and then he made a decision to sort of dip his toes in, and I want to hear that perspective. Realistically, we should do like an in-depth little thing, and we should get
David Nelms on.
Get David Nelms on, get some fucking people who know their shit. It's a topic that needs to be spoken about. So, back knee.
I was wondering where you were going to put that in. What back knee?
No, it was just back knee.
I hadn't heard of it either. To
Back
be
knee
honest.
is on our show notes, and I'd never heard of it before. And I was listening to something this morning, and as I was writing the show notes, then they said that word, and I was like,
Why were they talking about it anyway?
I can't actually remember, but I was like, why? Like,
Hopefully someone will listen to this now and it'll be like, "Oh, back knee," and they'll put it on their show notes, and then it'll keep happening.
yeah,
For their
Chinese
podcast.
whispers around the world.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, yeah, I just wish I'd known about back knee when I had bad back knee, so I could have been
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's my back knee.
But does back knee count if it's up here?
That's
Or is that neck knee?
Neck knee.
I think back knee's probably down here, isn't it? Maybe.
What's
neck
knee?
knee? Face.
Knee acne. Knee knee.
Knee knee.
Knee knee.
Knee knee.
What about chest knee?
Chest knee.
Chest knee.
It all sounds a bit weird now. But why is acne acne?
I don't
instead
know.
of
That's some scientific term,
facne?
isn't it? Yeah. Why is a banana a banana?
I don't know.
Shout out people with acne because it's fucking. I had it. For
Mine's got worse recently because I think I've just
diet
been
gone downhill.
No, I think I've just been stressed with like I've been in the same cycle for far too long with like I'm like, oh, I kind of want to switch jobs and I kind of want to do this. I haven't done anything about it for too long.
You're just
Recently it's
stressing,
built
yeah.
up and I'm like, change something so I can relax.
Fix something in my life.
Yeah, acne's fucking annoying.
It is, but also I miss it because I used to love squeezing spots. Sarah squeezing spots on my back.
Blackheads, they're okay. I actually like
whiteheads,
no big whiteheads are so annoying because if they're not painful, it's okay. They're just a bit messy, but most of the time they're just like
fucking hurt. Yeah.
But yeah.
But if you got spots, don't stress because they will go away, and also it doesn't change who you are. You can still be a fucking gangster.
Didn't who did you
Good.
yeah.
Phil
Hello.
Doyle.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Oh, we segued
Yeah,
this.
that's what I was trying to do, but I was for some reason I forgot his name, but it's right in front of me.
pros.
Yeah. But Phil had bad acne, and then I swear didn't he like stop with milk? Or
Yeah,
something?
I heard that Phil just gave up. He had.
He drinks milk now.
Does he?
Yeah, I think so. But like maybe he just stopped.
I think
for
he
a
has
bit.
soy.
Oh yeah, maybe. I'm not sure.
And sort of other things about Phil Doyle that you wanted to hear this today.
Oh, it's so funny how you put this down because I was just scrolling through stories and I was like, who the fuck is that? And he
I
just
know.
looks so different.
So my theory,
he looks
right?
so different.
Well,
He
somebody
looks old. He looks like an old man.
So the way I found out is somebody genuinely messaged me and said, "Do you think Phil shaved his head to get beer money?" And I was like, "Fucking hell!" Like the
Maybe.
well, I don't think that's the fact.
No.
I think he shaved his head because he's going bald, like Pedro did, because Pedro shaved his head because he was losing his hair.
Oh yeah.
And then I think he was like, "Fuck, how do I distract from my big skinhead?" And he was like, "I'll do a barefoot challenge." He was like, "Fuck, now I've got to send this really scary barefoot thing so that people are more focused on that than my big shiny head."
Yeah.
But what I found really funny was the
That's
fact that
quite funny.
there was this period of time. Like, Phil is one of those people who was so good at parkour, and he never really uploaded content himself. But then when he just like stopped training just a bit, and probably started partying a bit more.
Yeah.
But he never uploaded stuff himself. Like, his output changed, and then immediately people were like, "He's a drug addict."
Really?
And I've met Americans and people who genuinely thought that, like, they were like, "Did Phil actually like sort of turn into a drug addict?" And I was like, "No,
He's
like,
not. He's actually like
He parties a bit, but he's just working and he's still training."
He's probably dabbled in the same amount of stuff teens nowadays dabble in, you know, bit of hello,
Pull out my
bit of this, bit of that,
charger.
but like, no, he's a
Phil's a fucking gangster. I mean, he's definitely training more. There was a period I think he wasn't training as much, and probably was partying quite a lot. But just to clarify, Phil is not some crackhead.
no. He likes a beer and he likes a cup of tea in the mornings.
I would love to get Phil on the podcast, but I know if we asked, he'd say no. But what would then happen is in like a year's time, he'll come up to you in a after party somewhere and he'll swing his arm around your shoulder
We should do a podcast.
Yeah, and he'll be like, hey boys, why have you let me on your podcast? And we'll be like, well, Phil, we didn't think you wanted to. And he'll be like,
Of course I fucking want to.
And then it'll take another year, and then we'll finally get him on, and he'll chat shit the entire time and drink wine.
Yeah.
And it'll be great.
Oh, at, where did I go? Own the Spot. He was so drunk.
When he broke
you saw, broke his phone.
Yeah.
He was his phone fell on the floor, and then he was dancing around his phone, and because he was so drunk, he thought everyone was cheering him, and everyone was going, your phone. He was just like nearly going. He like fell over and his shoes came off. We couldn't get him back on. Like, it was actually ridiculous.
Amazing.
He's still a young boy. He is.
I do enjoy Phil's company. He's a great lad.
And didn't he get? People might not know this. That's where he got left at a gas station in America.
Oh, I've completely forgot about that story.
Because people have told me that so many times. I think Lynn told me that last, and I was like, oh my gosh, that is just amazing. Because I can imagine him.
Car share. We had 2 cars and we're driving through America.
Oh, you were with it?
Yeah, I was with it. I was on the Storm thing. Yeah, we're driving through America. We had
was he
2
wearing
cars.
one of his like shirts as well?
Probably, yeah.
Just feel like that's the perfect.
And we got out to go to the toilet and things, and we both just assumed he was in the other fucking car. So, like, how the fuck does that even happen? Just got left in the middle of nowhere.
Did he have a working phone?
No, I think he had to borrow somebody's phone or something. I can't really remember.
Poor guy. He probably just didn't understand.
But it's only going to happen to Phil, of course. Like,
yeah.
That's so weird. That's just like faint memory.
Yeah. That is funny.
Wow, we've ploughed through our topics.
Yeah.
Kai bought a drone. You see that?
Yeah, I saw that. I was actually, even though you put it down, I was going to ask about that because it looks like there's. Is it a camera of your choice you can put on?
So Kai,
or not?
I didn't realise this. You know Kai's like really expensive Blackmagic camera?
Mm-hmm.
He's upgraded that, so we bought another one, 6K, not 4K.
The new one?
The new one.
Literally just watched the video this morning about that camera.
Just bought that camera the minute it came out. He's probably also just bought the new iPhone because he's a nerd. Hi Kai, if you're listening. I don't think Kai listens to this. But Kai loves an Apple launch. I've been with Kai in like hotels before, and he'll like watch the keynote and then pre-order immediately. Be like, £1,000 phone, yes! It's like, Jesus Christ.
I find it interesting, but I could never.
So he's bought another camera, so Storm videos are going to get even better, and he's just spent an insane amount of money on that new drone, which I won't say on public because it's like a lot of money. Oh my god, I cannot hold up fingers. I'm trying to.
Why are you trying to do it like that?
Okay, there we go. That.
Really?
That plus thousands, obviously.
Yeah. It's so bad that I had to count your fingers.
Why could you?
I counted them backwards, and I was like, oh no, I'll count them the other way to make sure I like got that right.
Lots of fingers there, listeners.
Where is he?
We did that Cats film. Oh, you have to go and watch the Cats trailer, by the way, people.
Cats.
There's that Cats the musical film.
No.
Kai and Lynn are like stunt cats in it.
Stunt cats?
I don't know. They got.
Right. I'll watch the trailer for that.
Parkour jobs, stunt money.
Nice.
But yeah, so he's bought a big boy brand new drone to do more drone videos, which I hopefully will be helping out with the old camera assisting on, because then I can get some money as well.
Can you get his old drone?
I don't want his old drone because then I'd crash. Well, no, it's fucking amazing, but I'd crash it. Like, I would never want to fly his new drone, ever.
Not his new one.
But even the old one is still thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Like, I would never... I love the camera operating side of things.
Yeah.
And you get all the fucking...
Oh, yeah, you were the camera operator.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You didn't fly.
And you get all the glory because people are like, oh, that shot's amazing. And all Kai does is, like, he flies in, like, a little wiggly line.
Yeah,
and
he really enjoys that, though. He's like, yeah,
but fuck flying that thing. It's like flying a fucking car. It's so...
Yeah, that new one, has it got... So he's got his camera on there.
It has...
So not only is he...
Yeah.
If he crashes it...
Yeah, so it's like...
That's going to be all of it. How much...
Fuck knows. I mean, you can insure it.
How many of these?
That's like...
How many hands
it's like that plus maybe like that. But then he said he needs to spend that much more on batteries.
Why?
You know his Inspire.
Why that much?
Because they cost so much, and he needs that many. You know the Inspire drone that he has, the one we filmed drone parkour on.
Yeah.
The batteries, the big chunky batteries. It runs on 6 of those at once, and it only flies for 15 minutes.
I don't think I could ever justify having that.
No, I know. But when he gets it, he can then... Well, now he's got it, he can then charge for proper drone work. So this is so weird for people to listen to. But basically, Kai's going to become a fucking bad boy drone cinematographer.
He is actually really sick at making
drones.
Videos as well.
Yeah.
He is really good.
So Storm videos are going to get hectically good with aerial stuff. And also, he'll be doing some cool jobs.
Exciting.
So I think it's cool that like parkour has given people... avenues of like, oh, I'm into this, I'm going to get into this, and then
they already have something to film as well.
Yeah,
if it's filming or photography, they're like, well, I know what I want to
They can
shoot.
establish a good portfolio.
Yeah. That new Blackmagic camera does look really cool as well.
Yeah, maybe he should just give us his old one.
Oh yeah, he probably doesn't sell on his old things.
He said he's going to sell it, but maybe he can just give it to me.
I feel like he'd be one of those guys who I'll just put it on the shelf.
With his Rubik's
I don't need
cubes.
to sell it.
With his Rubik's 20 million Rubik's cubes and his spearfishing equipment. I love Kai.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a character.
I feel like we've on the last. I don't know if we're finishing it here. Obviously not, because it's 30 minutes. But I'm just going through show notes, and I didn't want to end it on like something like this. But I don't think I knew Johnny. Is it Johnny Turner? As well as most people.
No, yeah, okay. So let's jump into the.
This is a hard I feel like it's a sensitive topic to talk about, but I wanted to talk about it anyway because. I don't know. It was such a shock because because obviously we have a group chat and someone said like, "Do you hear what happened to Johnny Sniper?"
Yeah.
And I had no clue who Johnny Sniper was, but then when I saw the picture, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is like."
Okay.
Because when I first ever went to London, he was there. Like he was always there. Yeah.
So for those listening, I mean, you're probably a lot of people are aware now. I think the London community's been kind of bowled over in shock by this, and they've made a huge amount of noise, which shows kind of what kind of character this guy was, but. Johnny Turner, who was mostly known as Johnny Sniper, also known as Cyclist91, I think, on Instagram, tragically died a few days ago now. I've had people kind of going, oh, how did he die? How did he die? And I think that's because a lot of people assume that it was related to parkour. And I think you get that, I think. In a sport, people are like, oh, it's this weird thing where people are like, oh shit, I hope he wasn't doing free running because it's going to make the sport look bad. Yeah. Which is a weird thought for people to think, but I think at the same time I can understand.
I can understand it, but it's also just...
Yeah, it's like...
you don't need to know.
Yeah, exactly. And there's the tragic... You're kind of going around away from the tragic thing involved.
Yeah.
He all kind of that has been made public essentially was that he was an urbex guy as well. He's been in the London community for years, like years and years and years. Incredibly positive, friendly guy, but I think in recent years did more urbex rooftoping photography, and by the sounds of it was climbing some scaffolding next to a building or up a building, and no one knows what happened, but essentially he fell and was pronounced dead at the scene. In the middle of the night, and yeah, I mean it's fucking tragic. And as I said, like I think that the London community's been kind of knocked for six or whatever the expression is, because he was that guy. Like I didn't know him that well. Like I mean I knew him by name and I'd see him every so often, but I don't think I've seen him in maybe like a year because I haven't been to London that much. But just he always that guy who was just like fucking friendly, nice. Like even though I probably only had a handful of proper conversations with him, it always felt like they were like conversations rather than like, oh, how you doing?
Very genuine. Like he's not. Yeah.
And there was this thing and this is completely an assumption, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, he's been around for years and years and years. He used to be the kind of like. No, he wasn't a scene kid, but so his name on Facebook and things has always been Johnny Sniper. Johnny Sniper is the name of an Ed Shikari song from their first ever album.
That I was confused about that.
As far as I'm aware, there's no other Johnny Sniper in the world. Like there's not like he's some old jazz musician or something like this.
Yeah.
So I never had the chance to ask him, but I always just assumed that he had like taken on this internet persona name, as you do when you're kind of younger. You're like, oh.
But I maybe heard that song, I don't know.
Because of that song or because of the band. I completely an assumption, but I always wanted to ask.
What does in the song and Shikari, like why is it called Johnny Sniper? Like what's...
It's just, it's a kind of a...
Is it a character they've created?
I can't even think on the top of my head. I mean, that tattoo, This Is All I Need to Feel Alive, is a lyric from that song. But yeah, but I mean, at the end of the day, fucking... tragic accident, and it was definitely his fucking art as well. Have you seen his art?
Was it the graffiti?
No, his art. He's an incredible.
No, I haven't seen it.
Like good photography, but
that graffiti, did people do that? Like
someone did that. I'm not sure who it was.
That was pretty cool as well.
So he was an exceptional artist in terms of. I mean, just scroll down his Instagram and like take a look at some of. Where's a really good one? just have a scroll down. There's some incredible abstract things. Harry, as in Nightscape, actually commissioned him to do a piece for him. And yeah, he was just fucking insanely talented and a life taken too soon.
I didn't realise how much he was into photography.
Yeah. Huge urbexer. Done loads and loads of urbex stuff.
Oh, it's in Paris.
Yeah.
That's sick. Yeah, stuff like that.
Fucking really good at art. And I think I was reading there's somebody's going to organise like an exhibition of his stuff because there's a lot of stuff that hasn't gone public.
That'd be really cool. Really, really cool.
But yeah, crazy fucking shit, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I feel like we shouldn't end a podcast on a kind of...
No. I was just wanting to ask, because we... Not parkour related, very parkour related anyway. Because we haven't done Music Minute in ages.
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you been listening to recently? I was just going to ask you in general.
Hobo Johnson.
Yes, you've been showing me Hobo Johnson.
Basically all I've listened to. Let me just check my phone. I think pretty much the last 48 hours I've only listened to Hobo Johnson.
I only ever heard one song, and it was actually quite a depressing song, but it was still a pretty good one.
So I saw it because Jace Iley shared a video of them just in a garden doing this.
The one that you showed me. You sent two.
Maybe, not sure. And I was just like, I like some of the comments are like, this is how my anxiety sounds. It's all like...
Yeah. It's like you're saying, it's kind of like spoken word, but
it's
not
like spoken word with hip hop and kind of... But also it's got these punky gang vocals that come into some of the songs. No, I think he's quite big in America because he gets millions of views on YouTube.
Oh, but really?
I just had never come across his stuff before. So if you haven't heard of Hobo Johnson, it's a group of guys. But yeah, it's like spoken word, angsty.
I like it. I like it. The stuff that he was talking about was really cool.
Yeah,
it was it's not always when someone... Well, people make music about the same things quite a lot of the time, but it's when they say it in a different way, it's really cool. The stuff you were saying about... I think it was about religion and shit.
Oh, You and the Cockroach?
Yeah, that was sick. I never heard of it in that perspective. Well, heard it in that perspective, I haven't heard of it. How he was saying it was really, really cool.
Got a song called I Want a Dog.
Nice.
Which is great. I really enjoyed... I've listened to both of his albums in the last 2 days, and I'm enjoying them hugely. So
nice.
There's that. What else is there to do? Sorry, guys, this has been a bit of a ropey one, but we just figured we want to dedicate the next episode to our guest, who we may as well just fucking say it because it's going to be in the title of the next episode. But
unless suddenly he's like, oh, got to rush off, got to do something.
Well, if he does, then that's even more reason to say it.
Oh yeah. Well, we're going to have Marks tomorrow, hopefully.
Joseph Marks.
Oh, Joseph Marks.
He's been begging.
I think it's going to be really fun.
Every fucking time a new episode goes live, he's like, when am I coming on the podcast? When am I coming on? Don't even know if he listens. I think he just likes the idea of coming on.
He might do. He might listen, but I really like the sound of it. That's cool.
Yeah. But we can delve into his creative mind of...
Yeah. He is very... all aspects of creative with him, isn't it?
He's just a
you remember when he first picked up the Handycam, which is the camera we used in the USA for all the kind of jokey bits and whatever.
Yeah.
And he just suddenly used it in the most cinematic way.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Every clip he was getting, I was like, how are you getting it with that Handycam?
Fucking weirdly talented in loads of different ways. And then also he's just he'll take a video and he'll be like, yeah, I'm just going to put this on Reddit. And he puts it on Reddit and 300,000 views later and you're like, what are you doing?
It's like he knows an inside man or he is the inside man. Yeah. It's crazy. It's really, really cool.
No, I want to delve into his brain and I'm sure he's got some weird wisdom to come up with. Mm-hmm. But I like his mentality as well. His attitude to work and things. He just bought a flat. He works fucking almost every single day.
Yeah, he's a busy man.
Yeah,
busy boy.
Is there anything else we should speak about? There's probably some...
they said, I can hear them, they said, what are you doing for the rest of the day? Or what have you been doing for the past week?
Yeah,
Motus related.
Well, okay, what have you been doing?
I think to both of us. Well, I was just going to say
cheers,
today
audience.
I'm going to try and smash... What are you saying?
I said, cheers, audience. As if there's
Yeah, no, I'm going to try and smash through more of the USA footage because I don't want it to turn into a spitting in the wind where it kind of took a while for it to come out. And then when it did...
Took a year.
Yeah. I need to smash through some of that, but we've got some stuff planned. We've got loads of things we want to shoot, actually. Still need to shoot more stuff for Soul Destroyer.
We need to explain Soul Destroyer at some stage, but we probably should.
Oh, have we not explained it?
Could we do it now?
Fully? I don't
we do
know.
it now?
I don't know why we're holding.
I don't really,
The expiration
because
back.
since we made the decision regarding it, I've just been like, well, we need to formally announce this, and I'm like, well, when do we formally announce it? But the podcast, I guess,
Well,
is,
podcast audience always should get things first. I think.
they should.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it. Should we just go on, Keelan, break the news?
There's a lot to
Cancelled.
It's cancelled. We're gonna all the clips will be uploaded on each other's Instagrams. We're just gonna spin
drop
up.
both file drives, and they've been formatted.
Yeah. No, we basically just want to keep shooting for it because the plan was to try and get it done. Was it before or editing during America when we went to America? Right?
I mean, you're making it sound like it was mainly to do with the video, but it's definitely not.
Well, what? Yeah, I know. Well,
I mean, yeah.
I don't. You would be better to explain about the clothing.
I
So
want to take the blame off me.
Yeah, I mean, but for the video side, just before anyone asks, I'm sure everyone's looking forward to the video as well. We're gonna try and keep shooting for that until around like next year, February.
Yeah. So basically, I love how we've tagged this on the end. People would have turned this off by now after we're just waffling on about shit. Now here comes the real news.
They'll be like, oh, I'm glad I stayed on.
I made it all the way through.
Only to hear that it's pushed back longer. They're like, fuck you guys.
So long and short of it, Soul Story is going to come out in March next year. Video and clothing collection. Apart from the multi-fit trousers or pants, I still don't know how we're going to market these. Because we call them trousers because we're English.
I think you could call them trousers because in America sometimes they'll call like suit trousers as trousers, and they're not suit trousers, but they're straight. And
multi-fit pants is like
multi-fit pants. Maybe just call it pants. Everyone knows what they are.
Yeah.
Pants.
Sorry. So they're going to come out soon, i.e. like they're leaving the factory kind of now. Well, the black ones are. The grey ones are going to come out in like a month because they've been delayed. Basically, this entire year has been an absolute fucking nightmare with factories, and we've moved to this new factory who are incredible, and we're doing all this cool shit with them. There's been delays that are both my side and the factory side, just like teething things getting set up. Then also there's been some fucking crazy delays where like they've just had issues with some of the stuff that we've been trying to do because we were like, new factory, they're really good, let's be really progressive, let's try all these printing techniques, and then they're like, it's been hard to get it perfect, and then we've missed production slots, which has set us back time, and then Mumbai had this crazy weather where they couldn't even get into the factory for a couple of weeks because the rain was so bad, and then the humidity has been so bad that printing the impact shirts, the colours have been coming out wrong because the humidity, they go, cool, we're going to make it this colour, and then the humidity is so bad that it comes out a different colour.
I didn't hear about that. That's fucking crazy.
There's just been all these fucking annoying delays, and now it's like, cool, well, we're going to receive the impact shirts in November. And I'm like, I'm not releasing a summer shirt in November.
No.
So we're going to sit on the clothing in the collection, which is going to fuck us financially for a few months. Maybe friends might get some stuff early. And we're going to drop it formally next year, but it basically gives us about 5-6 months to make.
Well, personally, I really didn't want this rushed because I was so excited for just the whole collection with
and
the
I feel like we've already shot like potentially the best video we've ever made, but now we can make it like 10 times better.
Yeah, so much better.
And longer. Mm-hmm. And then, we've got some big plans for like release and stuff like this. Now we basically have so much time to think about it. We're going to,
it's like, where do we release it? How do we release it? We don't know yet.
Exactly. We're going to smack it. Mm-hmm. We are still going to be releasing an autumn-winter collection, just a few pieces, which should be coming out.
Yeah.
ASAP Rocky.
Basically, hopefully by the time Soul Destroyer is completely finished and it's like March, everything should hopefully run smoothly. We'll have enough time because we've set ourselves back in a way that sets us forward.
We
have spoken about this before, but
I was going to say, like the thing of like how we have to be, and when you're producing clothing with factories, you have to be kind of 6 to 9 months ahead minimum, and we've always struggled. Whereas now we're going to be fucking perfectly set to be really ahead, and we just got to stay on top of that now. Mm-hmm. This year's been weird because you were saying that some people in America were like, "Oh, it feels like Motus has been a bit quiet this year."
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it's like...
For you, but also because you're doing something every day to try and make sure, like, this is happening, then this is happening.
But
and
there hasn't been that much output.
No, they're like, on the Instagram there has, but it's like not been first-hand content from us. There's been a few YouTube videos. There's been nothing that kind of screams Motus.
I'm basically writing off. No, I'm not writing off. I'm dusting this year under the rug, unless we have some big changes, which there might be some interesting things happening. But this year's been a strange one, and then next year is like,
hopefully, won't be a strange.
Fucking better hold on to your pants, and I mean your underwear, not your trousers. So, but yeah. On that note,
hold on to your pants.
Hold on to your pants.
On that note, yeah.
Should we call it?
I think we should call it. Sorry for... Jeez, I'm finding it so hard to talk because my words are almost slurring.
Yeah.
Because I'm so fucking pissed. No, because of my banged up nose.
Lemsip and Sudafed.
Yeah, but... well, it's kind of a short, snappy one. But I think it was filled with some good shit.
Yeah, I think we touched on some things that we need to come back to, i.e. Fig, and a few other things like that. But yeah, we'll have this one when Mark's recorded tomorrow, so we might drop it early because I think I think we're running it like a week and a day at the moment. We need to get it back to a week. Actually, interestingly, like the best thing we ever did, that Sport Park All League thing was a huge bump.
In terms of really love that.
Oh, actually, here's a question for you, listeners, right at the end. Releasing...
Whoa! Sounded like you were fucking nervous.
That was so weird.
Jesus Christ, Charles.
We have toyed with the idea of maybe doing like a longer episode and then a shorter episode and releasing like 2 a week, which is slightly more work for us, but at the same time we could record them both in one session. Is that something you would like? Send a letter to our PO box, which we don't have yet, but we will someday. And cool.
We talked about that one time. Didn't we?
Yeah, I know it costs a little bit of money. I realised it's like there's a fee. We can set one up with Royal Mail.
A monthly fee.
I think it's yearly, but it's like it's not a huge amount of money. But right now I'm like I can't fucking like scraping the barrel. But we'll make it happen. But yeah, let us know and enjoy your week and brush your teeth, clean behind your ears.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah, and
I think I do that.
If you get ill, drink lots of water. And okay, we're just fucking dragging this out.
See you later, you
Bye.
fucktards.
Love you. I really need a wee. Bye.